Citric.
What up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey,
Good.
so right now, yeah. So in this video, we're gonna be doing a little review for Ghettobusters episode 1, and we went to the premiere on I think it was was it Sunday? Yeah, it was a Sunday.
Yeah,
we went to the premiere, and we watched episode 1 of Ghettobusters season 1. And of course, we had a good time. It was funny, you know. It's what I know you wasn't there for episode 1. You came on episode 2,
yeah,
and the rest of the episode. So you haven't seen footage of that before, right? Until the premiere, right?
Of episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had already seen it.
Oh yeah, were you seen it before?
Yeah, I had already seen it because the homie that's my partner from way back, Vic Damone. He did all the music, you know, the scoring and some Foley on there. You know, I think most of the Foley actually. So I would go to his house and we hang out. You know what I'm saying? He had his studio at his crib. And then when we were doing ADR, you know, like we got to see that first episode. So yeah, I already knew, man, it was gonna be a good one, man.
Nice, yo, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I've seen little bits of footage. Well, I was there for all of episode 1 because it's fun because I got a text from one of the actors, Juan Rodriguez, and he said they're looking for production assistants. And at the time, I didn't know who Danny was. I didn't know what Falcon Picture was. I didn't know what Ghettobuster was. All I know is I was going there to help out a friend. And then the first shoot was in the bar scene. That was the first footage that was shot. And Concrete was there. He showed up, and I didn't know who Concrete was. I didn't know who Ricky was. I didn't know. I knew Alicia, but I didn't know who Concrete was until we shot that. And I found out I saw his Instagram, and I seen all the stuff he posts, and I was like, "Damn, dude, this dude's funny."
Yeah, it was comedy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was like, yeah, how did I not hear of this dude? Because I watch comedians like Gabriel, Bill Burr, a lot of those people, and yeah, they're funny, but this dude's funny, man. He really got some talented comedian skills. And I saw the one where he was wearing a crown on his head, it was at the Aztec or something like that. He was in the forest. Yeah. Dude, that was man. It was one of the best ones, bro. Once I saw it. Dude, he was hilarious. And on set, he was funny too. The thing was, what I love about comedians is that they add more to the role. You know what I'm saying? Say the scenes, the comedian comes in and they introduce themselves, and that's the action, right? And then they'll throw their own spin on it. They'll throw their own lines, their own stuff to kind of make the scene more funnier.
Yeah, they improvise and stuff, man.
Yeah, and that's what I love about comedians. You can't if you're the writer, director, and you're not a comedian, and you have a comedian, they're gonna be more funnier than you. It's and that's good because it adds more to it. And yeah, man, it's dope. But let's get started with the review. So Ghettobusters episode 1, season 1 is about a cameraman and I forgot the actress name.
Araceli.
Yeah.
Araceli Huerta. She plays Sarah Sway.
Yeah,
the one that interviews everybody.
Yeah, Sarah Sway. So so her and her cameraman, they're interviewing the group or crew called Ghettobusters. They are, they're the version of Ghostbusters where they stop criminals, in the neighborhood. And the group consists of 3 people. You got Concrete, I think he plays Jalapeno.
Yeah, Jalapeno.
And Ricky is Savio, and then of course White Boy Rick is Maxwell. So we have our 3 characters. They're in the shop or in the building, and we introduce for Jalapeno, and then we see his past in the bar scene, and that one was funny. It was a gay bar. And and of course throughout, the main plot is they're interviewing them, and then they go to the house where they have to stop the son, from causing more trouble with the mom.
The
and
burnouts.
yeah, yeah, and then she they go in and then they have this confrontation exchange. It's like, okay, stop smoking, stop doing this, stop doing
Yeah.
that. Pull out guns because the last one is like, go get a job, and then that triggered him. And but like I said, in between these scenes and in these scenes, there's a lot of filler, like comedic humor, you
Yeah.
know, and there's a bunch of jokes and bunch of humor in there, like just funny stuff that, like I said, Concrete added to it. You know,
Yeah.
Concrete and Ricky, they added a lot to it.
Yeah.
I like, there's some jokes that stuck out to me, but then there's a lot of stuff in there that was funny that I have to like try to recollect. You know, I have to watch the episode again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Just to
it's
get,
one of those things where it's like you got to watch it a couple times, and you're gonna catch something different every time. You know?
yeah, man,
Yeah,
it's crazy though. But yeah, so they confront the son, and Maxwell gets killed. White boy Rick,
yeah. White boy
and
Ray.
yeah, and he goes out, and they pull out, the ambulance comes up, they pull him out. It's like, is that a dead body? It's like, no, 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 no. Camera, focus on me. We're looking for a new position. RipWhiteBoyRick.com. Go donate
Yeah,
and this and that. And I was like, dude, that's hilarious. And I was there for that, and that was funny
yeah,
on set. But like seeing it on the screen was even
yeah.
more funnier because
When you see it all pieced up, it's different.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You know, because now everything is just like goes. You know, like boom, boom, like it flows. Now you're seeing the whole picture. When you're there filming it, you're seeing like the same takes over and over. You know, the same scene over and over, like 3-4 times depending. You know.
yeah,
And then you move on, whatever. But when you see it all pieced up, then it all makes sense, and you're like, "Damn, this is comedy." But
yeah,
when you're there, you can tell right away if it's funny or not, though. You know, also because you look at the scenes, and then you just see it, and it's comedy. You know?
yeah, dude. Like it's nuts because like we yeah, we shot that, and we did reshoots also. So some of the
Yeah,
scenes that were in the new episode, or episode 1 that we
yeah,
saw, where there's some scenes that are reshot, like the one where he gets get a blowjob.
yeah,
Originally,
yeah. That was
yeah, Ricky was getting a blowjob because Concrete looks over, was like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" Uh, and that one was actually different because they were in the back seat, and then they opened
yeah,
the backseat door, and then they come out like they just finished having sex. But that one's even more funnier, even more better because it's more effective. And then, you know, there's other scenes where originally Juan Rodriguez, who played one of the Cholo guys, was a different actor that
yeah,
played before. Hector was still there, and of course Jaime was still there, and the whole I think it was the oh yeah, his hair, what's it called, Concrete's hair wasn't messy, it was like straight,
yeah.
like lined and all perfect.
But they didn't have
So
the he didn't have that long hair when they shot that first one.
yeah,
See, when they shot, yeah, because what happens is that they shot the first episode like a year or 2 years ago, and then Concrete didn't have that long hair yet, and the quality was a little bit different from what we used to film the rest of the season. So that's why they went back and they reshot the first episode, and then they added more scenes in there. You know, and it just made it more funnier.
yeah, dude, like I was like, you know, talking about like how I think I was talking to Juan or Danny about like how they come so far, you know,
Yeah,
from, you know, shooting, because the original episode was supposed to be like just a one-off, you know, for YouTube.
yeah. They were just doing it for fun. It was
Yeah,
just supposed to be for fun, and I think I was supposed to be in the first episode too, but there was some kind of conflict. I was working with some other people at the time that just that were kind of cock blocking, so to speak, you know. So,
yeah,
and then so Danny thought I didn't want to be a part of it, and so I go, nah. We talked, and I go, nah. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a funny idea from the jump, and then Danny goes, oh, then we're getting you in on it from episode 2 and on. So they wrote me in and shit, man. But that's how my part came across, you know. But as I mean, I came into Ghetto Busters, but yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's just I think the audience, they're gonna when people start finally see it, the people that have been anticipating it, I think they're in for a good treat. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was comedy. I mean, you saw the screen, everybody was laughing, and then it was crazy because that day that we did the screening at the Chinese theater, they were streaming it live in India. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so all these cats out there, man, they were rolling, man. So they thought it was hilarious, man. So you know what I'm saying? So that foreign market is looking pretty sweet right now, man. That overseas thing, man.
Yeah, this they talked about how they're gonna show it at like the Bollywood and India like
Yeah,
market. So that was nice because like like I said, I talked about it before, like they were supposed to be they're talking to like different distribution companies, trying to get it
yeah,
out there. They're talking about showing it like in Spain or like Europe,
yeah,
some parts of the European countries and stuff
yeah.
like that. So they're trying to reach out to a wider audience, just like when
That
they,
market is huge.
yeah, 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 and it's good because like we're um, when you reach out to a massive audience, you start to get fans, you start to get more uh just more more people who are interested and wanting to see more, and that
Exactly.
spreads a lot like into other
Yeah,
places and even here too. So and that's great because like this show has the potential to be able to be as successful as say The Office or the
yeah, exactly.
yes, and other comedy shows like
Yeah,
Philadelphia, Sunny Day in
yeah,
Philadelphia, stuff like that, where it's like, um, just a funny sketch,
yeah,
comedies that they're really successful. And another thing I want to talk about is the change in Latino filmmaking. So, Danny talked about it. He said that a lot of Latinos, especially actors, they get typecasted, they get stereotypical,
yeah,
roles. And he said that when he was shooting Americanos, when he was shooting Ghetto Busters, he wanted it to be different. He wanted to have the roles reversed, where it's like instead of playing the cholo guy, you can play the good guy. You can play the business guy.
yeah,
Stuff like that. Just so we can get out of that stereotypical field so we
yeah,
can branch out more into different roles that really helps because we really want to have different roles and
yeah,
be able to express our own um, uh, roles that we're really interested in instead of be stereotypical typecasted.
yeah,
And Americanos is a perfect example because it's literally Latino Americans. It's about Latino
yeah,
Americans in regular society. And then Ghetto Busters is a spoof, not just a Ghostbusters, but just like the ghetto in general. Like especially that scene where like they're talking to the Cholo guys.
yeah,
It's making fun of colors. It's making fun
yeah,
of blood in, blood out because it's like those people are like playing the Cholo guys, but then when they get zapped, they
yeah,
turn into these new like-minded individuals,
yeah,
and it just is like, oh, I think it was Hector. You said, I'm gonna get a 401k.
yeah,
I'm gonna buy a house.
yeah,
I'm gonna get a new car, like stuff like that, where it's
yeah,
like they change, their mindset,
yeah, yeah,
and
exactly.
it really shows like, oh, this is making fun of those films and just putting a little spin on it. Just saying, hey,
Yeah,
these people can change into better people, or just not just better people, but like just do different things.
yeah.
Just doing the thing, and that's clever.
That's
When they did
no, that's
that
real
scene.
talk. Yeah,
Yeah, and I just want to talk about the cast. Let's talk about more about Ricky. So Ricky, he's I don't know how long he's been in the industry. I know he's done like a few things here and there,
yeah, yeah,
but he's done the show, all of it, and like he's awesome. Like he's really cool. And when he's on the show, like he's funny, just like Concrete. Like they're
yeah,
funny like individuals, but he's a good actor. He's
yeah,
a really good actor, and it really shows what he's able to do and
yeah,
his potential. And then of course we see Dina. Uh, she worked with you, right? On I think Lopez, right? Did you?
No, the way Deanna, the way I met her on the set of Lopez
Oh,
because
okay.
she worked on the she was on I don't know how many episodes, she was on a couple episodes I think of the original George Lopez show back in the days.
Oh, okay.
So she knew George, and when we were working on Lopez one day, she started talking to Vic on Instagram, and started talking, that, oh yeah, I know George from way back, we were on this and that. I was on one of the episodes or two episodes, so that's how I came about. And I asked George, I go, hey, there's this Deanna Molay. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but I think you probably know her, man. I was gonna invite her over to set and hang out with us. Is that cool with you? And then George is like, Deanna Molay, yeah, I know her. Yeah, tell her to come down, man. And that was it, man. And then we just met and we hung out, and you know what I'm saying? And who would have thought, years later, a couple years later, we're gonna be all working together on the same projects and stuff like that. Especially since she's, the producing it, but the Land Productions.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Great, man. Yeah, and Ricky too, man. Like Ricky, I met Ricky through Vic. So Vic Damone introduced a lot to do with all the connections, because I remember Falcon was reaching out to me at one point, but when I was doing Lopez, it was kind of hard because a lot of shit was going on. So it was kind of hard to keep track of a lot of things. So I remember they reached out to Vic, and then Vic, they told him about Americanos and this and this and that. So Vic was able to pull that deal, So Vic started chopping it up with them first before anybody. And then that's how everything just became just full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like everything just, it's crazy the way the things work, man. Out of one person, you start networking. And I did Americanos, and I did another one called Catch 57 with Falcon Pictures also. And you know what I'm saying? We just built that relationship, man. We just built that relationship. We just became really cool, and it became like family. So after that, it was just it led up to this, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just everybody started getting, like Ricky, like I said, I met him through Vic. And Ricky's been doing acting for a few years too. He's come out in all kinds of commercials. Him and his family, you know what I'm saying? So they got a nice little family business going on there too. So Ricky, and on top of that, Ricky's an acting coach. You know what I'm saying? So he knows his shit.
That's
he knows
good.
his thing, man. Yeah. So he's an acting coach in that house a lot. And he's helped me with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And that he'll coach me on certain things. And we're working on a couple projects, me and him, with pretty much everybody in the circle, dog. Like now we're just kind of like we're breaking off and branching off and doing little things, but everybody's still involved,
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So we're just we're just on the grind, man. And and like I said, Concrete, I've known him for a while through Instagram. We met up a couple times. We chopped it up. We always talked about working on something together. He did one of our videos that me and Vic Damone did as Pueblo Cafe because we did a lot of music for Lopez. So one of the songs that was on Lopez, me and him did a video, and Concrete shot it, and so we already had that relationship with Concrete. So it was just like, it was just crazy, though. It was just like really cool, man. It was just like working with the homies and shit, just hanging out and just bullshitting, and then and everybody behind the scenes on set, it was just clowning and just having a good time, man.
That's good, man. Yeah, this is what it's all about, man. It's just having fun, having a good time. We all like to make a living, off of what we do. Maybe you're a comedian or you're an actor, you're going from gig to gig, and just focusing on, making money. But when it comes to shows like Ghettobusters, it's all about family. It's all about doing what you love. And that's what's most important, is to give a really good performance. If you're a director, you're going to direct them as much as you can, and the actor is going to listen. The actor is going to do what they got to do just to make it better, and just the fact that you have people like Ricky, you got people like Concrete, you got people like you got people Ryan, you got people like Alicia, like you got all these people here that want to do this with a passion. What I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's a passion thing where it's like, hey, let's do something that we love to do, and don't care about making money. We don't care about that. We care about giving a good performance and showing the world what we can do. And that's what's most important, especially with a show like this. And that's just great, man, because it's like you got people who actually care,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to bring that quality. You know what I'm saying? Before anything, we're focused on bringing people some good content and quality. You know, more than anything. You know, and you know sometimes that costs money, so you have to get funding and all that. But at the same time, it's like everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've all done big projects where we've made big money. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, but you know what I'm saying? Like there's some actors that'll be like, oh, well, I'm not working for any less than that, you know, or you know, you got to match that or some shit. You know, like there's a lot of actors that do that, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? They got families, you got to feed and all that. But a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Is like I feel that sometimes we're blessed to be in certain situations where we could be like, you know what? It's not even about the money. You know what I'm saying? It's like let's put out some good content that's gonna entertain the people and have a good time with it, you know, and then the money will come after. You know, it's just about staying on that constant grind.
The interview, but the show must go on. So so we last left out, we're talking about doing what you love, right? We're talking about you know, focusing on making something better, and the money will come later. That's what you were talking about. And we have this, you know, just this thing going on where it's like we're just trying to be creative and, you know, doing something and making something together, you know. And I think Concrete said like, hey man, like, you know, you gotta, you know, work on putting yourself out there. You know, he's like he's always in front of the camera on his Instagram, stuff like that. But the reason why he was doing that is because a lot of like, you know, studios won't either hire you or they won't notice you. So you have to put yourself out there so people can recognize you. Doing something like Ghettobusters is a good example of doing something you love, but also getting yourself out there and making sure that, you know, your career, you know, takes off. But yeah, that's what's up, you know. And but yeah, and also the what was your like time, I would say, working on set and, you know, working with people like Alicia, Ricky, Concrete, and you know, Ryan. Can you talk a little bit about working with Ryan, because we didn't really talk a lot about Ryan. Talk a little bit, and also Alicia. Like, what is it like working with those two?
I mean, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Ryan is first of all, you know, he's really cool, humble kid, man. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot. He's come a long way. You know, I met you know, his family. You know, real family oriented people, man. And so it was just a lot of fun to work with Ryan. And I had already worked on something else with Ryan before too. It was another Falcons production with that movie I was telling you called Cats 57.
Right.
And we had a cool little scene. You know what I'm saying? So I had already worked with him. We chopped it up. I already, you know, I talked to his dad, you know what I'm saying? So, and then when we did Ghettobusters, obviously, you know, we would hang out, you know, offset, you know, and just chop it up. And so really great dude, man, and his whole family, man. You know, I can't say nothing but good vibes there with them people, man. You know what I'm saying? And for him to be, you know, he was a huge Disney star too, man. So, you know what I'm saying? To come from that and just to be this humble kid, man, that down to work, man. He's just the same way like us. He's not worried about the money either, man. He's just like, okay, let's just put out some good quality content, man, and let's make it happen, and everything else will come into place, you know. And you know, so you know that's pretty much everybody's mentality. Same thing with Alicia, you know. Alicia, you know, that plays Dee Dee on the show. She's hilarious, man. She just has that personality, man, that just comes across when she does her acting, man. And she's hilarious, and she could be scary too, man. I've seen her in some really intense scenes and stuff, like off Ghettobusters, like other projects that she's worked on it, and she could be scary too, man. So she's a good actress, man. So you know, that's another actor you got to be looking out for too, man. That's on the rise, man. I think with Ghettobusters, man, a lot of that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, the comedy side, the scary side, you know. And then she has that nonchalant attitude, so it's just like she's just fun to work with, man, and to chop it up too, you know, like offset, you know, and just when we just hang out, you know, it's like everybody's having a good time, and man, she's comedy regardless, you know.
Yeah, dude, like that's what's up, man. You know, you got to get these people in here, and you know, that's the people you want to work with. You know, people who are just really good at what they do and the acting and everything. And yeah, that's what we were all about, man. Especially when you're working with a tight group of people and you name them, they become family, and then
Yeah.
that's what's up, man. So I got this. I was supposed to show a trailer for Ghetto Busters, and also some of the behind the scenes footage of
Okay.
it. And I tried to share it. And the reason why the stream kind of acted up a little bit is because I tried to share and then I
Oh
unshared,
yeah.
and like for a while it just
Yeah. It
cut
dragged it.
down.
Yeah. It kind of like slowed it down.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can try this again. Hopefully it doesn't do this. That's why I'm gonna give a heads up real quick to
Okay.
everybody. So let's try this real quick. All right, I'm gonna share, and then let's see here. Do this right, and then now it should share my screen. Right.
All right.
All right, and it's probably not the right one because it's showing everything. Remove from stream. That okay. Well, let's try this other thing right here. Oops, no. I'm trying to like do this right here. See, I'm new to this. Like, here's the thing about StreamYard. Like, you gotta get used to what's going on because I
Yeah.
never really used
Exactly.
this type of thing. So
Yeah.
and usually it's a pain to work on this, and it's one of the weirdest things, man. So let's try this real quick. So can everybody do you see this Citric?
Yeah. I see it. Yeah.
All right, cool. There we go. We got this going. All right, so let's take a look at Ghetto Busters episode 1 trailer. And do that thing. So, but anyways, let's wrap this up. So, um, we are. I love episode 1. It's, so far, I thought it was funny. I thought it was enjoyable to watch, and I heard that episode 2 and the rest are better because they said that there's a lot of stuff they implemented into that,
A lot of
and
characters.
yeah, and the characters, you got the
Yeah.
cast and everything. So that's really cool. So my thoughts is I'm gonna say 5. There's gonna be a 5-star rating. So um I'm gonna give this episode 1 a 4 out of 5 because I think that there's a lot of potential for future episodes that
Yeah.
can learn from that, and I think episode 1 was fun, but I think it stands at a 4 because I think they have a lot to do with
Yeah.
the comedy and everything.
Yeah.
So Citric, what are your final thoughts on episode 1? And if you want to, you can give a 5-star rating, whatever you want to do. But what's your final thoughts on this?
My final thoughts on it is the first episode is always the hardest episode, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to set it off,
Mm-hmm.
So for it to catch a 4-star rating from, that's already good right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're setting it off now. The first one always has to set it up for the next episode and the next episode, So I think the first episode I think was very hilarious. I liked it, man. I think they set it up good, you know what I'm saying? And they started it off good. So the rest of the episodes are going to make more sense. And then there's going to be a lot of characters coming in and out and a lot of twists to the plots. So it's almost like watching Scooby-Doo, like,
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's basically like a version of Scooby Doo in The Office. You know, mixed.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. That's how I would have to, you know, like put it together. Like if I had to compare it to, I would say if you put those two together, that's Ghettobusters right there. And of course, you know, off of, you know, because it's a spoof off of Ghostbusters, but just the plots and everything and the comedy would be Scooby Doo and The Office, man. It's just that stupid comedy, man.
Yeah. Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. It adds that mixture with The Office, like you said, and Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
Of course, Ghostbusters is relevant as well to
yeah,
that because it's well difference between
yeah,
Ghetto Busters and well the similarity is that in Ghostbusters they're busting ghosts
yeah.
and Ghetto Busters are busting criminals
Burnouts,
and hoods.
criminals,
Yeah,
burnouts. You know. You
yeah,
know, and that, yeah, and that's the whole, yeah. When people ask me about that, I just tell them just basically go. Instead of hunting ghosts, we're hunting burnouts in the neighborhood, man. You know,
right.
and it's not just like you know, brown and black neighborhoods. You know, we're going to, you know, if you watch the rest of it, we're touching all kinds of on different neighborhoods, different subjects. You know, so it's not just like, oh, because you hear ghetto, you right away you think, you know, you know, you're in the hood, you know, but nah, it's everything, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's we're going into white neighborhoods too.
Yeah,
Trailer park crash, everything, man. Yeah, we're clowning on everything, man.
yeah, man, that's what's up. I'm really excited to see all the episodes coming out. I'm not too sure what they're gonna release it on. I don't know if I can say, but yeah, man, it's dope, man. I love the episode one, but I really am looking forward to the rest of the
Yeah,
episodes. And of course, you're
that's,
in it, so I want to see
yeah,
what your performance is like, and bringing your thing in because I seen BTS of episode two.
yeah,
I was there for episode 3 and 4, but not episode 5 because episode 5 had Noel G, right?
yeah. We had
Noel G's in there.
there's some Noel G's in there. Giovanni Armand, Martin Moreno. You know, they're in episode 2. My boy Phil Medina's in episode 2. So yeah, we have a lot of characters, man, just coming in now, man. So it's gonna make it interesting.
Yeah,
It's gonna
man.
be
And
interesting, man.
yeah, that's what's up, man. And like I said, man, I'm expecting more in the future. Is there a uh is there anyone who can follow you? Do you have social media like
Yeah,
Instagram, Facebook?
yeah, all my social media is pretty much Big Citric, you know, just Big Citric,
Okay.
BigCitric, and you could always go on my website too about bigcitric.com, where me and my boy Phil Medina, we have a podcast called the Big Citric Show. So you go on there, you can check out, you know, what's going on, the latest stuff that's going on, and you know, check out the links, you know, to the podcast and stuff like that.